Hello, tribe. I'm going to talk briefly about staying. And what I mean by that is if you've ever had the experience of, being triggered or having some kind of emotional disruption with, another person or an event or an experience, and all of a sudden you're 20 miles down the road in Crazy Town and it's really hard to come back and you've just lost it. I don't know if you've ever had that experience of just like, boom, bye-bye, I've left the building. It's really challenging to come back, and whether that's sadness or anger or whatever it is, like, it's easy for us to get tripped up, triggered, and just spin out of control. So I've mentioned the practice of returning, of coming back, of strengthening that pathway back with the body and heart, especially in the heart journey, which we just finished. There's an amazing guidebook. I'll link to it wherever the things are, and check that out. But today I wanted to specifically talk about the practice of staying, because I'll give you a very personal example. This happened to me last night. I was triggered, and I was triggered in a way that I know for me, I'm about to go. I'm about to just like skip and just fly to Crazy Town, not even walk. And because I have done the work of knowing what that feels like, what that first tick of the domino feels like, then that's the moment where there's so much power, because that's the moment that you can be stay with the experience, stay with what is, and you can draw on all of your practices and be with it and metabolize it and feel it and work through it and free it, as opposed to letting it hook you. You go on a huge long trip and then you have to hike the 100 miles back to come back. Does that make sense? There's this magical window, I call it, like this window of space, of clarity, this breath, where if in the moment you're able to catch it, like, woohoo, I was just triggered, that's your chance to do something about it. And that something is to stay present. And the best way I know how to do that, which I am all about, is body. Get into your body, feel the physical sensations, feel your feet on the ground, put your hand on where you're experiencing the most and breathe into it. And as much as you can, release the shoulds, release the judgments, because that is the second arrow that we hit, right? We feel like crap, or we feel sadness, or we feel whatever. And then that's not enough. We add on, I shouldn't feel like that. I should be blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't blah, blah, blah. So leaving the shoulds and just staying and being present to what is, because this is what happened to me last night. So I felt that familiar wash of just warmth and just shrunk that takes over my body. And I put my hand on my heart and I breathed and I felt and I cried and I could hear the shoulds and I could hear the judgments, but it was just like, yes, saying yes. And allowing, recognize and allow. And then from it was birthed this softness, this compassion, this tenderness for where I was, for how far I've come, for just like my being. Like there was, the birds obviously agree with me. There was all of a sudden this container and space for me to be held in. And that is a beautiful thing to feel, because oftentimes when we're in that, whatever you want to call it, when we're in that funk or that close down or that darkness or, whatever it is, whatever your place is that you go to, when we're in it, we feel really alone. Let me know if that's true for you. Comment alone or I got you or whatever, because I find that that's true, that there's this severed belonging. That there's this, I am so freaking alone in this. And that feeling corrodes the ability to even climb out of it sometimes. Does that make sense? So what I will offer, and I'll wrap this up, is to practice staying and to practice what are those first couple triggers, those first couple steps, those first couple tip-offs. What does it physically feel like? Does your throat get tight? Does your face get hot? Does your stomach kind of flutter? Do you get this panicky weight? What are your things? And physically know them in your body so that you can be, that's it, it's happening. Okay, cue is to stay. Can I just stay? Can I just be present to what is? Can I feel what is? Can I say yes and allow what is? Can I release the judgments and the shoulds? Can I just be here with what is? And I guarantee you that will feel different. So let me know how that feels for you. Let me know how that goes. Let me know if this resonates with you. And let me know if there's things you want me to talk about, because we are in this life together. And the more that we honor one another and see each other's hearts and say, hey, I got pain, or hey, this is hard, the more that we're just freaking honest and that we're really here for life. Check it out, website, podcast, videos, blog, like all of the things. And wishing you love, love, love. Mwah.